All righty. Hello, everybody. It's Jonathan here with you. And I think it is just me today. Actually, I know it's just me today. It's me and a special guest. Trent is teaching embroidery class. So it's going to be just me today and a special guest that you may have heard of. We got our OESD event coming up here in just a week or so. And we have our educator joining us, Miss Michelle Blomgren. Mm-hmm. Bear with me, guys. This is most assuredly is not going to go as smooth as it normally does because I don't usually produce these things. Trent does. So we're gonna figure it out together. So let's see what happens when I do this. If I do this and I do this. Haha. Michelle, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can.
Hey.
What's up?
Oh, I cannot wait for next week. I am so excited.
Yes, this is going to be fun. So, like I alluded to, I'm not as good as doing this by myself as it doesn't feel as natural when it's just me, and I don't normally produce these things. But we're going to give it a go. So far so good. So today what we're going to be doing, guys, is it's just going to be me and Michelle here, and we're going to really you've heard us kind of teasing this hoop camp plus stitch trip event that we've got coming up. We have done some OESD events before. This is the first time that we have added the stitch or the hoop camp element to it. So let's see, we've got one person with us now, but Michelle, for the people that will eventually be joining and for the people that will be seeing this after the fact, would you like to introduce yourself a little, tell us a little about yourself for those people that don't know you, and then tell us a little bit about hoop camp and what we'll be doing and how that will differ from stitch trip.
Okay. Yes. So I'm Michelle. I live up in Atlanta. Um,
All the way up
and
in Atlanta.
all the way up in Atlanta. Okay. We had the good old thunderstorms today, so y'all
We
sent them
had
up
some
our
too.
way.
Yeah,
I
we
want
had
to
some
say
too.
thank you.
We're
I
sharing.
wanted the rain. I've been with OESD now for 4 years. I have been doing embroidery for 20 plus years.
Wow.
Okay. Um, Hoop camp is one of my favorite events to teach because it is really all about just sharing knowledge with everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of break it up into like a morning session and an afternoon session. The morning session, we talk about kind of the basics and review stabilizers and how they work with what fabrics and just the thought process of when you're starting to embroider, what all do we need to think about? Our fabrics, our embroidery designs, the density to help us pick the right stabilizers.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, so all of that is more towards, I'm going to say, the newbies or the ones who are coming back to embroidery because
Mm-hmm.
a lot of us do embroidery, then life happens and we have to come back. And if you don't use it all the time, some of the little details will come back and bite you. Trust me, I know. All right. So we'll take a break. And then in the afternoon, we're going to talk more about different techniques.
Okay. So the session in the morning and the evening are different, or not evening, but in the afternoon are different sessions. And are they separate sessions or do they build on top of each other?
They can kind of build on top of each other. Okay.
Okay.
The afternoon, we're talking a lot of techniques and we go over more of these specialty stabilizers. The ones that are really meant for building a freestanding, applique type object. When would you want to use a vibroform? Just really the specialties. But I like to throw in a couple of extras, depending on what everybody talks about. Because where can you actually go and talk about just needles? You know,
Sure.
what's the best way to keep your machine going is keeping it healthy.
Keeping it maintained. Yep. Absolutely.
So that's a good little segment I like to talk about too, because it's fun to go to embroidery and be creative and everything, but
Sure.
it's miserable when your machine's in the shop.
Yeah, it is. Which is why we encourage all of you to have a backup machine, right? Everyone needs a backup machine.
Yes, and if you're related to me, you need a backup for the
To
backup.
the I hear you. I hear you. So we do want to encourage we can, if you're interested in coming to the afternoon session, if anyone's interested in coming to the afternoon session but they can't make the morning session, they don't need to worry about what they potentially miss. People can come in on the second session and pick it up without doing the first session. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, cool.
Correct.
We would highly encourage you to come to both. There's going to be value in both of the sessions. We assure it. But if you are only able to come to one, please do that too. Come to at least one of them. So even if it's the afternoon one, don't be worried about, I didn't come to the first one. It's okay. Michelle has assured us that you can come to the second one and still get a lot of value out of it. So,
definitely.
Guys, as we're talking, if you have any questions, I don't know who is here. I know there's a couple people here so far, but for the people that are here live, I would really love it if you have any questions, whether it be for me or especially if you have any questions for Michelle as we're talking, whether it be about Hoop Camp or Stitch Trip or just any embroidery questions, whatever questions you have, please feel free to drop them in the chat here, and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. So Stitch Trip. So that's gonna be fun. What's your favorite project, Michelle, on the for the Stitch Trip? What is either your favorite or like some of your favorites that we can expect to make? So we got a pashmina that we're gonna be making, a luggage tag. Let's see, what am I missing?
The hat.
The hat. There's a hat. There's a postcard.
Yes.
So what do you enjoy? This is a better, or what can people expect to learn about each one of these projects? Either what's your favorite projects? What are we going to learn when we do each one of these projects? Tell us a little bit more about each one of these projects individually.
Yeah, sure. But with Stitch Trip, I don't have a particular favorite project because I love all the projects because they're teaching something that people ask all the time.
Sure.
Okay. So a hat. Okay. Many times people, they just want to put one thing on a hat. They just want to put a fish or a star or whatever. And this is a great way. We're going to show you how you can do a hat. Okay. It is fun. You're going to get exposure to some hydro stick. And then that just kind of opens the world of, oh my gosh, I can embroider on what?
On anything.
Yes.
So we're gonna embroider on a hat on our domestic machine. That's what you're telling me.
Yes, your domestic machine.
I don't need a free arm machine to have to do this, do I?
No, you don't.
Cool.
You do not. Okay. So that is one that I know a lot of people come just for the hat. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But the pashmina is teaching us a different lesson completely about when you're working with something that is delicate or slippery. If you had silks or satins or anything like that, how are you going to really stabilize it and keep it still for embroidery? So that project in itself teaches us a total different set of skills than the hat.
Gotcha.
Okay, so the pashmina and it is so beautiful and soft. We do that on day one. And a lot of times people will run home that night and wash all the stabilizer out and they bring it back day two and we're all wearing them. So it is great.
Cool.
Excuse me.
Oh, no problem.
The next project is, I think, the postcard.
Okay.
Okay, because we are actually going to stitch on cardstock. Okay.
That's cool.
We're going to make a postcard, but I will show you how easy you can change that postcard into a greeting card. Okay. And have you seen the price of greeting cards lately? You know, they can really run up there. So why not just stitch one and you get more the wow factor? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
I
we're
just,
actually going to be able to send this thing, right?
yeah, you can mail this thing.
Nice.
Okay. The greeting card, envelope, put it in the mail, and then expect a phone call because they will say, "Did you make this?" You're darn right I made it. Yes.
Heck yeah.
Yes. And then my favorite, where did I start from? I love anything in the hoop. In the hoop projects,
Sure.
I'm all about it. And so
Gotcha.
the luggage tag, I love it. In the hoop, start to finish, it is wonderful. So I fly a lot, but luckily I'm going to drive down to you guys because y'all are close
Yeah.
by. Love it.
Yeah.
But
Nice change of pace from flying.
yes, and I was going to say because anytime I go through the Atlanta airport, I lose my luggage tags. I think I make them for the whole staff at the airport.
You just
You
got
know,
them lined up, ready to go.
that's right. Just put another one on the bag.
Nice.
You know, anything. So it is a really a fun 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
The other project that we're making is a patch.
Gotcha.
Okay, so a lot of people they want to know how they can make a patch, and we go over that, and then how can you put the patch on something with no sewing?
Mm-hmm.
We got that covered too.
We got that covered too.
Yep. You know, and so then this kind of really opens up the world of what else could I do with patches? If it can
Mm-hmm.
stay still, you can put a patch on it.
You can put a patch. You sound like us here. If it sits still, we embroider. We put our initials on it.
There you go. There you go. And then the other project that we're doing is in the hoop zipper pouch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I know a lot of people they get nervous just sewing, putting a zipper in.
Yeah, yeah. We had that experience with a couple people recently.
So we're going to do it all in the hoop, and it's going to be a lined, zippered bag, 100% finished. We're not going to have to do any hand sewing or close up. You know, it's all in the hoop. You're going to love it. And then you can put your patch on the zipper patch if you want to.
That's a good idea.
You know, or
your hat.
You know, or your hat. But no, let's do embroidery on the hat. Come on.
Yeah, we could do both.
We could do both.
You can make two hats. You could have a patch hat and an embroidered hat.
There you go. And the hat, you could also turn it because we're not limited to just the top. You know, put something on the side, put something on the back.
That's right.
So it'll be a lot of fun.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm super excited. I can't wait.
And I love to see everybody bring their own creativity to the events and make it their own, you know, whether they bring their own thread colors because they want to do it in the colors that they like, or they are going to know they're going to give it as a gift. And, you know, someone's you know, whatever their favorite colors are. I just love to see how people can make it their own. It is just mind blowing.
Yeah, we'll definitely have looking at some of the names here. We'll definitely have a couple people who kind of are in that category as far as making their own. We have one lady, Miss Ruth. It does not matter. Whenever we do our Kimberbell club, then we'll do some projects in there. And it does not matter what colors you're supposed to use. She's going to use something different every time. She's going to use whatever she wants to use. And that's all there is to it. So there's definitely going to be a few creatives in the bunch. So I'm excited for you to meet. You know, there will be some faces that you'll recognize, but there's going to be some new faces in there as well. And I'm excited for you to meet them, and I'm excited for them to meet you.
Nice. I can't wait. I think it'll be a lot of fun. But I can't wait to see what your customers teach me. I have not taught an event yet where I haven't picked up a tip somewhere.
That's right.
We all learn from each other.
Let's see. Mary Gale. I'm going to go through some comments real quick. Mary Gale, thank you for having faith in me, even when you shouldn't. I'm glad you are excited. We are also excited. There's Miss Debbie. Hey, Miss Debbie. Yeah, and then she's back. Yeah, she said, "Ruthie's things are so cool." So Debbie is one of our is one of our ambassadors. She comes in and she has been such a huge help for us. She comes into the classroom and helps with our Kimberville stuff, keep them on track. And so she is very familiar with Miss Ruth and all the things that she creates. So her stuff is going to be really fun. We're excited to have her in this OESD event. It's going to be a lot of fun. So. Let's see. That's all the comments for now. Let's see. What else we got? What else do you want to tell us either about yourself or about Stitch Trip, if anything, Michelle?
Well, let's just talk about just OESD designs for just a minute.
Let's do it.
The quality of their designs. Currently, I am working on a denim jacket for the fall, and it has a lot of applique on it.
I'm so excited to see your samples. You bring some of the coolest samples.
Oh, thank you. But the thing I love about the applique is the tack down stitch. They always run it twice so that when you are trying to trim away, when you get right on top of that outer thread and you cut it, it's okay. There's another row of stitching to hold it in place.
Good.
We don't have to make that face. So, the other thing that I like to point out that a lot of people, they may or may not realize, is all of the digitizing for OESD is done in Oklahoma. It's not across the seas somewhere. It is in Oklahoma City. I can give you the address. And, I can tell you the digitizers' names on one hand.
We love the digitizing from OESD. Whenever we do have a problem with a digitized design, it's not an OESD one, I can tell you that. It's usually one off of Etsy. But yes, the designs that OESD brings are phenomenal. We have literally no trouble with them at all. They're wonderful.
And so I have a sample right here beside me. I teased you about it last week, and I will bring it to pass it. But it is a freestanding lace coaster. Can you see it?
Ooh, yeah. That's cool.
That is your King Star metallic thread.
Yes.
That is in the upper thread and in the bobbin.
That is cool. So you don't have to do it. So you put it in the bobbin. Anything special? You just put it in the bobbin and go.
Yep.
You don't have to stand on your head or anything.
No, did not stand on my head. Threaded the machine as normal, nothing special. And I know all the rules. I can quote them to you. And this stitched, and I was like,
That's so cool.
King Star. Oh my gosh, I just love it now. So I'll bring this and show all your customers.
That's wonderful.
It is a truly metallic thread that works wonders, and you don't have to stand on your head and slow the machine down.
Put it in the freezer.
Needles. Yeah, no. It's just good to go.
That's awesome. Yeah, we've experimented with a whole bunch of other metallic threads up to this point, and just really have decided on that King Star really is our favorite, and we've went ahead and got invested in the whole line now. So and people, Ruth being one of those people, she came and she was like, oh, she came and picked some of those blues up. Might have even been the one you were using. She loved it. So I can't wait to hear what she thinks about it. She's been having trouble with some of the other ones. I don't think she's going to have trouble with this one. So,
So I'll be honest with you. I had given up just using metallic threads. I was tired of everything. And anytime the design said metallic thread, if I could put a piece of like a mylar underneath it to give it that shimmer that the metallic thread was supposed to, I'd try that trick. But, I was like, metallic, it's just not worth all the loops. And then somebody said, Michelle, you got to try King Star. Changed my world. Never going back. I have metallic thread now. So I have samples now. I'm going to go back and redo and actually use the metallic.
Do it in the King Star? That's cool.
Yeah.
That's neat. So guys, for those of you, so I'm just going to do a quick, for those of you just joining us, guys, I've seen a few people that are, that have joined since we first started. I am, of course, Jonathan. This is Michelle Blomgren. This is our OESD educator that is coming for Hoop Camp and OESD Stitch Trip here coming up very, very, very soon. The Hoop Camp being July 17th and the event being the 2 days following after that. So if you're coming in now and just joining us, that is who we are and that is what we are talking about. And please, if you have any questions while we're talking, please feel free to ask them. All righty. So we were just talking about all things OESD and all things Kingstar and all that fun stuff. What else? So we were talking about OESD designs. Did you want to follow up with anything did you want to put a bow on anything you were talking about there as far as the designs or Kingstar thread or any other OESD products that you want to shout out or are excited to use during the event?
So the new, it's not even a new product, but it's the one that I have fallen in love with again.
Okay.
It's Hydro Stick.
Hydro Stick. Cool.
Okay. So if you've never used it, hang on to your seat. This is going to be a fun ride. Okay.
Nice.
I have got some really cool samples. I think that will inspire you to want to use some Hydro Stick. But while I'm thinking about it, for any of your customers who are coming to the event, let me encourage them to take an inventory of your stabilizers and see what you have. Okay. And even if you have something that you have no idea what it is, okay, bring it and let's see if we can figure it out. Because I know a lot of times the little sewing elves will sneak in at night and take the little label and throw it, and it gets separated from our stabilizer.
Okay, so that happens here at the store too.
You have the same elves.
We have the same ghouls, the same goblins. They're busy. They're obviously very busy. They must take something other than they must have some other mode of transportation that allows them to be in both in Atlanta and Mobile simultaneously or at least close in proximity to each other.
Yes.
Because they just disappear. Those in the little Isocord the numbers on the
the little white labels.
So I forget. I think it was Trent in OESD camp was the one that was like, oh yeah, they taught us to take your Sharpie and write that number on the inside of on the bottom part of the inside of your spool. Genius. So that way when that sticker inevitably falls off, because it will, which shade of blue, which shade of red, which shade of purple you have. And you're not like, crap, which one is this?
Exactly.
So I love that. I think that's a great idea to any stabilizer especially, but any other products that maybe we don't know how to use, bring them and let Michelle educate you and probably myself on these products. That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, because a lot of times you don't know what you don't know.
Mm-hmm. And just creating an environment that is encouraging to ask your questions. You're not gonna be made to feel like you're alienated or like it's a silly question. Any questions about a stabilizer you have or don't have, this is the opportunity to fire away and ask any questions you may have, whether it be about the stabilizer itself, how to apply it, any kinds of things. So you were talking about Hydro Stick. That's what we're going to be using for the hat. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. So what are other things that you can use the Hydro Stick for? I know we're going to be using it for the hat, but just for the viewing audience, what are some other things or other projects that you have used the Hydro Stick for? Or is it just hats?
No. So Hydro Stick, it is for what we're going to say is the unhoopable. Okay.
The unhoopable.
Yeah. The things that are hard, you would never think about. And so I have 2 grandbabies. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so for Easter this year, I wanted to get them an Easter bunny and put their name on their ear. Okay.
Cute.
The long floppy ears. How are you going to hoop a floppy ear?
Not.
Hydro Stick. Okay. It's how I got it done. Okay. And then I was out on Pinterest. You get lost in that little world after a while. Mm-hmm. And I have embroidered my belt.
Neat.
I took just a standard black belt and put a
Okay.
border that you're supposed to use for quilting, and I
Uh-huh.
put it right on my belt.
Huh.
And
That's
how'd I get that
cool.
belt to be still? Hydro
Hydro
stick.
stick.
Exactly. Okay. The other stabilizers with adhesives may not have kept it as perfectly still, okay, as
Mm-hmm.
hydro stick. Let me see. Oh, here's your another one for hydro stick. Can you see this?
I see. It's a shoe. Ah, cool. You did it on the tongue of the shoe. That's neat.
Exactly. You just twist the shoe down and you can embroider the shoe.
Neat. So you just back it with that hydro stick to
Yes.
keep it rigid.
Yep. And I can show a video at Hoop Camp of just how to do a shoe if you want to.
Nice. That'd be awesome. That would be really cool, actually. That would be
Because
really,
it
really
really can get you thinking outside the box now.
cool. Mm-hmm. 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 And so, how does it hold up? Anything the hydro stick? How does it hold up, like in the wash? If you want to go to wash any of these items that you choose to hydro stick on, I'm assuming it holds up well.
It does because hydro stick removes with water and then it's a tearaway.
Cool. Cool.
And so it's
Neato.
perfectly fine for wash and dryer after you're
Love
done
it.
with the embroidery. No problems.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Very neat. All right. What other, if any, products do you want to talk about or excited about or anything? Let's see. We're coming up on 27 minutes, but we can go as long as you want. I got all night. I know you
Okay.
don't though, so.
So the other thing that Stitch Trip I think can teach people is there's always more than one way to hoop something and get good results.
Cool.
Okay. With all the projects we do, yes, we have stabilizer and we will give that so you can do it. But I will talk about alternatives to if you did not have this stabilizer at home and it's 2:00 in the morning and all about sewing is not open yet.
Not open. No, I'm asleep.
What are you going to do? How can you get it done? And so I talk about alternative ways to where just learn your stabilizers and then you can substitute something in a pinch and get it done. Because we've all been there, last minute need to get something done.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have what the instructions call for. I've done that many times. Or shall I say, I've embroidered it and then I've read the instructions.
I'm sure you're not the only one.
Oh, I don't think so.
I'm sure you are not the only one. All right. Yeah, so that's cool. Definitely that makes sense to me. That will be helpful to know, as the more knowledge you have about the stabilizer that you have in your arsenal, that makes more sense to you. That gives you more techniques. Just knowing the stabilizers themselves allows and opens up other doors, up other opportunities for you to do things different ways.
Exactly.
So, knowledge is power, people. We all know that.
Correct.
All right. Let's see. So we're no new comments. What else, Michelle? Anything
so I was going to ask you, I noticed you and Trent started wearing those awesome hats.
Yeah.
I guess it was 6-9 months ago.
Oh yeah, I forget exactly when we started wearing them, but Trent, it started off as just like an idea of him just trying to just messing around with digitizing and messing around with embroidering on hats in general. That's just something that we wanted to be stronger in. Again, we are in Mobile, Alabama. We are in the South, and let's put our initials on everything. Or at the very least, embroider on everything. So Trent found some, I believe, some SVG files. I think these are all like separate files that he went and brought and then combined them into one file and made a single file out of it, and then embroidered it out. He tried a few different things on his hat, and he tried, we tried different stabilizers and different this and different that. It's more of like a trial thing. Just what happens if we do this, and what happens if we do this, and try to put this here, and so we just tried little different things, and we just kind of got a good response from it. I used to be once upon a time someone that wore a hat a lot, and then I kind of just stopped for a while. But, then these came along and I don't know. I saw it as we started getting a good response to it, and I saw it as an opportunity to maybe start branding ourselves and just getting a response to, to different things that we maybe different ideas for merch that we have. We were recently at Bernina University in Salt Lake City, and I made it a point to wear the sucker out. I wore it around, just about everywhere. I was even wearing it with things that it was not appropriate, and I even do that all the time. And I know I stick out like a sore thumb, but that's kind of the point. I want to stick out like a sore thumb. I want people to recognize, us as, oh, there's the red hat guy who looks like he shouldn't be here. But no, it's funny. Like the first time I went to Palm Springs, like one of the first, I think it was VDTA, or I went to Palm Springs, and they got one look at me. They're like, "No, Coachella was 2 weeks ago. You're here for you're late." And I was like, "No, I'm here for the sewing convention. I promise." Mm-hmm. Like, okay. But yeah, so it's just been kind of fun. We got a really cool response from people. There was actually several people that were like, "How can we get our own hat?" And you guys should sell that stuff. What other merch do you have? So that was kind of the thought process as far as, just wearing this. And some people like it, some people don't. I like it. So that's all that really matters.
Oh, I like them. I think your hats are cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just we're messing around. I think it would be really cool to start to brand ourselves, and who knows, hats could be part of it. I'd love to get into shoes and things like that. That's another area I'd like to be stronger in is, what else could, all right, that, all this other stuff, bags and articles of clothing and all that stuff for, hats and all that stuff are cool. But what else can we embroider on that other people are not, or just not doing a lot of? And so I'm really interested in doing some shoes. I think it would be really cool. I like what you did with the little Converse there. That was fun. Those shoes in particular, I would imagine make it fairly simple, in comparison to maybe some other shoes, to be able to customize, things like that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
As far as those are concerned, so those would maybe good blanks, so to speak, to start messing around with. That would be kind of fun. Maybe I can get some in before you get here, and we can mess around with some of those. I actually have an old pair of the shorties, not the high tops, but the low tops.
Okay.
And they've seen better days. So maybe those would be good candidates to just like try something new on, and if something bad happens, it's fine. I don't really care. Let's see. Oh, we got a comment from Mary Gale. Let's see. What, Mary Gale? Too bad you didn't have Hydra Stick when you did that. Yes, I know, Mary Gale. Too bad we didn't have Hydra Stick. Actually, I don't know. With some of these more rigid hats, and Michelle, please feel free to chime in. Trent found with some of these more rigid hats that honestly a stabilizer wasn't even necessary in some cases. Now, I know like the soft hats that we have, those definitely seem candidates for Hydra Stick or anything like it, something like that to stabilize it. But in this particular case, he experimented with just digitizing or just embroidering out with no stabilizer, and it seemed to have come out just fine. So I don't know that all hats are created equal in that sense. That maybe I don't think it's black and white as far as if you're embroidering on a hat, you have to stabilize it with this product. I don't necessarily know that that's the case, but what are your thoughts on all that? I'm just rambling at this point.
No, you're fine. And knowing that Trent did that without stabilizer, I go directly to, did he use a multi-needle machine with a hat frame?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Because on a domestic machine, you always have to have stabilizer.
Gotcha. Okay. So that's good.
So that was the first thing I noticed was different. You said he didn't use stabilizer. Well, yeah, some of these hats are really stiff. I got it. They're not going to stretch. You're fine. But if you're doing it on a domestic, our hoops, you got to have something to hold that hat still. You have to have stabilizer.
So you would say, in your opinion, it's more about the tool that you're using determines whether you need that stabilizer or not, as opposed to, and the tool meaning the sewing machine, like whether you're
Yes.
using a free arm machine versus a domestic machine. That is what makes the difference as far as whether I use stabilizer or not.
Correct.
Oh,
Correct.
okay. See, that's good. That went right over my head. So that's cool. I'm learning something too. That's wonderful.
Yeah, and we're gonna do the hat with the hydro stick, and I will tell everybody that you're gonna do this once or twice. Okay, you're not going to want to run out and tell the little league team, "Hey, let me do all 20 of your hats now."
No,
You
not
know,
on the domestic machine. You're not going to want to do that.
no, then I will send you to Jonathan and say, you need to get a multi needle or the single needle so you can have the cap frame.
That's right.
Make your life easy. If you want to do caps, a lot of them, multiples, there's a reason we have cap frames.
Sure. But if you just want to mess around on your domestic machine and make a couple here and there, that's what more so who we're appealing to.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Not putting we can change the embroidery design, whatever, and customize it to every person that we want to give a hat to. But if you're going to do the same design, over and over and over, then that's when you're going to go to a bigger machine.
That's right. Okay, cool.
Well, and like we talked about, a backup to the backup.
Backup to the backup to the backup. Exactly.
Exactly.
All righty. Let's see. What other questions do you have for me, if any? This is fun. A little role reversal here.
Oh, let me think about this for just a second. What questions would I have for you? Okay, what is your customers' favorite style of projects?
Ooh, okay. So recently, we have been heavy into the bag making. Okay. One of the ladies in the chat here, Miss Debbie Yeager, we actually just did a bag class with her that was very successful. We had about 8 or 9 people in there, and I'm pretty sure everybody finished. We had there's a really cool fabric designer out of New Orleans. Her name is Robin. Her company's name is called Maryland in the Moon, and she has been putting out these really, really unique, really fun prints that are unique to our area. So kind of the Gulf Coast. So okay. The line in particular that I'm talking about was called Glamour of the Gulf Coast, and she has all these different prints that are in conjunction with the states around us. So she's got like a Alabama print, a Mississippi print, a Florida print, a Louisiana print, and then there is a panel that is really cool that we have cut in half, and then made into a quilted bag.
Cool.
And she made it into a quilted bag, and it got we made a bench pillow out of it and a bag out of it, and it was a quilted bag out of it, and it was very, very successful. So we've been doing a lot of stuff. We've had a lot of requests for different style of bag classes. We try not to get too heavy and to where we're just only doing one thing and appealing to one demographic, but that seems to be what people are really excited about here. And if I'm wrong, if any of you are in the chat, please chime in if you think I'm not telling the truth. Let's see. Tommy, I haven't started mine yet. What have you not started yet, Tommy? I don't know what she's talking about. What have you not started yet, Tommy? But yeah, I would say bags probably.
Okay. So do you have many garment sewers? Or is it more home deck?
We have some garment and we have some home deck. We actually we seem to get a lot more home deck people trickling into the store with Joann's being closed.
Okay.
That was where a lot of the crowd here in Mobile, I felt like that's where they went to go get their stuff for like upholstery and that kind of stuff. So I'm looking into possibly expanding into that area, but upholstery stuff is tough because it's just the nature of it. It's a lot of fabric. It takes up a lot of room, and it's hard to it's hard to merchandise. I don't have those big rolls to mount them on. So that could be tough. Now, I mean, I do have some nice canvas, some canvas that's on a bolt for some of the bag makers. We do have some very good garment fabric. What I've noticed with the garment fabric, though, is you really have to put a lot of resources into the education around the garment making, because people are really terrified to cut up, or they're even terrified to even buy, anywhere from $20 to $30 a yard fabric, much less cut it up and sew it. I mean, I know ladies that I talked to the other day, this lady, she got some silk from Thailand or something that like 20 years ago, that she's going to let it deteriorate before she does anything with it, because she doesn't want to cut it up. But that's what I find. You really have to really have to build up the confidence of those garment sewers to really encourage them to want to do that. But we have been doing some things to try to encourage. We had a Bernina event recently with the L890 sergers.
Okay.
And we had some quilters editions in there, and we had some regular ones in there as well. And we've had some really we've had some ladies pump out some really awesome garments that they're doing on that machine in conjunction with some of their other machines. But we had one lady who she's actually in here, Mary Gale. She bought one of the L890s at the event, and I think the very next day came in with a garment that she had made. So
cool.
Yeah, you go, Mary Gale. She's yes, there it is. Let's see. Tommy hadn't finished the bag. Okay, Tommy was on vacay. We know that. We're glad to have you back, Tommy. Let's see, Mary Gale. I finished mine. I think bags and embroidery. Yes. Beginning sewing for embroidery, beginning quilting. Yes. So one thing we would really like to do, we've been getting a lot of noise. People really want, we're trying to create a beginner's quilting course, some kind of curriculum for the quilter, how to pick your fabric, how to cut it, how to, all those things matter. Anywhere from the everything from the selection to the care, of it. You're washing. Do I wash? Do I not wash? All that kind of stuff. What do I, so we're thinking about trying to create a course for that. But of course, coming up with a curriculum from the ground up is not necessarily the easiest thing.
So you just made my eyes light up.
I saw that.
Okay. So I'm going to add a technique for the afternoon session of Hoop Camp. Okay.
Yes.
Confession time. I'm not a quilter.
It's just us girls. Confess.
Okay. I am not a quilter.
That's
I cannot cut as precise as I need to. Okay. My ruler always slides, and I don't sew straight. I can sew that far, and then it shifts.
Mm-hmm.
And so my 1/4 inch becomes a scant 1/4 inch, and then it's a fatter 1/4 inch.
And then it's a scant, and then it's really scant.
Exactly.
Kind of scant.
So I piece in the hoop. Okay. And I will do my blocks in the hoop.
Cool.
And I have a video showing how that's done.
Sweet.
And then I will make actually the quilt sandwich in the hoop and quilt in the hoop.
Neato.
Okay. For like a custom quilt look, I've got a video. And then I've got a separate video for like what I would call a whole quilt, a whole cloth quilt, edge to edge, just how to do that. Just get your beautiful fabric that you love, and let's quilt it and make a quilt.
All right, guys, you hear that? So you want? Is that something you want to? You said on the end of
Hoop Camp in the afternoon.
Camp day. Okay, yep. So if that is of interest to you guys, make sure that afternoon session of Hoop Camp, Michelle's going to be doing a little bit extra.
We'll give you all the quilting stuff, and that will remind us to start talking about, quilting. Let's get it going. It's fun.
Neato. Yes. Let's see. Mary Gale. I adore my L890. Yes. I love it. Yes. Man, they really brought it with that machine. I'm sewing a jumper for granddaughter. Plan on doing a monogram. You go, Tommy. Tommy, I'm so proud of Tommy. We have You should have seen where we started with Tommy, man. She has come so far and is doing so good now. Proud of you, Tommy. Sewing a jumper now, doing monograms. Sounds interesting. It is interesting, Tommy, and I hope you will be there for it. I think that will bring you and whoever chooses to come a lot of value. Let's see. All righty. So got some comments. No questions or anything like that. What is going on with here? Oh my goodness, an Amber Alert. That's no good. All right. Anyway.
I hope they find whoever's lost.
I hope they find who is ever lost. I hate that.
I do. Well, I will do another tease, and then I've got to run.
Okay, so we'll start wrapping it up here, guys. Yes, Tommy, you're welcome, Tommy. You keep going, girl. I am signed. She said, "I'm signed up." You're gonna get to meet Tommy. She's a blast.
Nice.
Everyone else we're having there it's gonna be a great crowd. All right, so I'm gonna give you the floor I'm gonna stop talking, give you the floor for however many more minutes you choose, and then we will let you go, Michelle. You have the floor.
Thank you. So there's some things that I don't want to say right now because I don't want them out on the internet. Okay. Mm-hmm. But I will tell you, I will show you some things that OESD is coming up with in the fall to get you excited. I'm really excited about some of the new things coming out as far as designs. And also, everybody knows OESD, we come up with our holiday trilogy in September, October, and November. I know the theme. I don't know what the designs look like, but I know the name of it, so I can tell you that.
Cool.
Just to let you know and get you starting to think about Christmas. And I cannot wait to share that. And I always say, whatever happens at an event stays at the event. Okay. Right. So everybody, come on, let's just have some fun. 3 days of embroidery. Oh my gosh, there's a vacay right there.
There we go. That's right. 3 days of embroidery. So once again, guys, we're talking about hoop camp. We're talking about stitch trip. We have our educator here, Michelle Blomgren, and it's going to be a lot of blast. It's going to be a lot of blast. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a blast.
Exactly. Well, tell Trent that I missed him.
Oh, I will. And there we go. Mary Gail. Can't wait to meet you.
Can't wait to meet you too, Mary Gail.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. We got Tommy looking forward to it. See, we got some people excited.
Yay. I'm excited too.
Well, awesome, Michelle. I'll give you the opportunity. Anything else out the door or we'll let you go.
Well, since I get to drive down, I will tell you I'm going to load up the whole car with samples. And so just make sure I have plenty of space for samples. Otherwise, we're just going to pass everything around.
Do you prefer grid or do you prefer like the wall? Do you want both?
Either or. I'm flexible.
All right. Because we can set up some grid, and I've got plenty of slat wall that you can utilize as well. So I'll kind of have both staged for you. And then when you start rolling in with all your stuff, we'll just figure it out together.
Sounds great.
Okay. I will let Trent know that you are his thoughts. He will appreciate that. I know he wishes he could have been here.
Well, he's doing a beginning embroidery class.
Mm-hmm. He's doing an embroidery class right now.
I love those.
Oh, he's so good at it. He's obsessed with everything embroidery and everything quilting, and that's exactly who you want to be teaching you stuff, is somebody who's obsessed with it. So
exactly.
Let's see. DM. I don't know off the top of my head who. Let's see. Deborah. I think that's Deborah Meinhardt. I think that's who that is. She's coming all 3 days. That's awesome. So yes. Whoop 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 whoop. All righty, Michelle. Well, we've done it, man. We've gone 50 minutes. Heck yeah, it doesn't feel like that.
No, this is great.
This is good. Thank you so much for joining us, and we can't wait to have you. It's gonna be
see you next week.
Oh, Diane, it's Diane Mayfield. All right, Diane, cool. Diane's so much fun too. We're gonna have such a good crowd.
Awesome. All righty. Looking forward to it.
All righty, dear. Well, thank you so much for joining. I really, 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 really appreciate it, Michelle. It was so good to have you. This was a really fun live. We got to do something different. We definitely missed Trent on it, but we definitely did still have a lot of fun.
Hey, we made it.
We did it. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of myself.
We did good, Jonathan.
We did do good. All righty. Well, I don't know. I think, let's see. I guess I'll remove you from the screen here, and you could just let yourself out. All right, guys, it is just me now. We've gone long enough, and I don't really like doing this by myself anyway. So I think I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you, everybody who joined us live and stayed for the whole thing. You guys are troopers. I really, really appreciate it. To everyone watching this after the fact, please feel free to comment with all of your questions or anything else that you want to add to it. Please share this video with someone that needs to come to hoop camp or needs to go on a little stitch trip. Yeah, that's all, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I'm Jonathan. Trent's not here, but he's still all about sewing, and so am I. And on that note, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Happy sewing, happy embroidery, happy quilting. And until next time. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, Marilyn. You came in right at the very end. Hey, Marilyn. Hey, Robin. We have been going like 50 minutes and we're getting out of here. But I'm glad you came in at the last second. Go catch yourself back up on I had Michelle Blomgren, our OESD educator for this trip. We did give you a little shout out there as well. Ooh, we coming to see us. See y'all next week. Yes. And I have not, Robin, I've gotten your survey. We have not gotten to it yet. I promise you, we will fill that out and get it to you ASAP. Awesome. You are welcome. All right. I'm going to attempt one more time to get out of here, guys. Thank you so much. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Mwah. Ooh,